Hey y'all, it's Lucy, Paper Glitter Glue. I'm here with another craft for you. Today we're going to make these little advent houses. Let me see. The ones I made before, I include numbers on them, and but I didn't include window panes. And if you use like a yellow background for the windows, they're kind of boring. So I redid the file. So you want the updated file because it's got the window panes, and I think it just looks so much better, so much cuter. And then the other thing is, and I think it's design number 129 in the Paper Glitter Glue library, the free library. All you have to do, most of y'all know, is subscribe to my newsletter and you'll get the password right away. And I try to keep that secret, so it's a way I protect my files. And anyway, so it's 129 in the Ben's here. He's helping me. It should be in the description. Does it say 129 in the description? And there are 14 different houses. A lot of them are kind of based on let me see. Let me show you. Amsterdam houses. I like the canal houses like this one. More like the houses you see along the canals in Amsterdam. So that's sort of what it was based on. And so I said there are 14 different house designs, but there's also a tree. I like and what I like about them is they fold flat so you can save them. And I just keep them in one simple box. And I've got, enough houses for a little village. So that's the whole point. Actually, let me get my face out of the way so I can see these. Alrighty. And the other thing is, I wanted to see if you could make it out of cardboard. You know I like cardboard. So I made this one. It's painted and I put some glitter paste on the top and it works. It is a little fussier, but the advantage is that that you can. The real advantage, I think, is that if you make it with kids, they get to paint them, and kids like to paint. So if you just glue together the foil paper, it's very beautiful. But if you paint them, just kids get to be more creative. So that's why I wanted to see if it would work in cardboard. And this is my lightweight cardboard, 22-point cardboard. You could also probably use a heavy paper like a watercolor or a mixed media paper and cut it out and paint that, and that would be fun. I just think making it with kids is just kind of an extra advantage when you're doing crafts like this. Okay, now, oh, and I hope you can hear me. If you have any trouble and you can't hear me, just let me know and I'll lean closer to the microphone. Okay, now I'm going to switch to my top down and we'll get started. Okay, I'm rotating my camera. I always have to do that. I should have a camera switcher. Wait. I'm got to get to the right thing. Switch. My hands are in the correct orientation. All right, so for the foil versions, I used a red foil paper and just a glitter paper for the trim. And I think they look better if you do a contrasting color for the door. So let's see. Which design is this? I think this is design number 11. And again, it's based on one of the Amsterdam houses because it's got that cool front, that cool facade. Whenever we make any of our projects, the first thing is fold along all the score lines. And while I'm folding, I'll tell you, somebody asked how my foot is doing. It's doing very well. I'm supposed to be doing exercises like writing the alphabet with my foot and stuff like that, trying to stand on one foot and and go up on my toes. I haven't really been doing that, but I'm getting around fine. Yes, I think the red foil paper, for one thing, it makes it so easy to make an entire village quickly. And it cuts. The red foil paper, this is actually 65-pound cardstock. but which I found at Michael's, and it's really beautiful. And you can do other colors. I think I saw somebody whenever I came out with this design, somebody did it in pastels, did a whole series of pastels for their village, and it looked really pretty. So I'm folding on all the score lines and the tabs. So that way, when you glue stuff on, you can, just kind of see where the lines are better. And I'm debating putting the back piece on for first or second. I think it might make it just slightly easier to glue the windows on if I've already got this in place. The other thing I debated is if I've got white trim, does it look better with bright yellow or a plain yellow? What do y'all think? See, the white trim shows up better with the brighter yellow. Okay, Sherry asked about foil poster board. I think that would work. It is, in that case, you're doing it more like, it'll be thicker, more like the cardboard version I did, most poster board. Okay, I'm using, this is actually not my favorite glue for this, but it works. Normally I should be using my lightweight glue. Cardstock to cardstock, I use the lightweight Barely Art glue or, a lightweight white glue. But when I'm doing structural things, I like my tacky glue for gluing. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the bright yellow. Kind of like we've got bright lights in our little Advent house. Now you could use vellum. I actually don't. I've ordered some vellum from 12 by 12 cardstock, but I don't have any right now. So I used it all up during the Christmas spooktacular. No, Halloween spooktacular. Excuse me. Getting my seasons mixed up. And I am going to have a Christmas event. I'm going to do it kind of similar, except there's not going to be a VIP ticket. I'm just going to do a bunch of crafts. Oh, I forgot my cardboard. I really wanted a darker door. And since I didn't cut a door, I'm just cutting a square of brown cardstock. I'm going to flip it back over. Apply some glue around the edge. I know this is big enough because glue it around the edge, put it down, put that back. When I was thinking about the fact that I'm kind of clumsy and awkward, and I'm pretty creative, but clumsy and awkward, and I thought maybe I'm not the right person to teach. But then I thought, well, if I make this many mistakes, then and I show you how to correct them, maybe I'm actually the perfect person to be showing you how to do stuff. See, I think the door shows up better as a door if we put a darker color. Yes, tracing paper and vellum, that would work well. And that way, if you wanted to put a tea light inside, it would glow through. But these are really designed to be gift boxes, like an advent calendar. So you make, 24 or 25. So you have to duplicate some of the designs. I only came up with 14, but you can do them and, kind of decorate them slightly different so that they look a little different. Glue on all our little windows. And for this whole series of houses, there are basically two sizes of windows. This is kind of what I think of as the standard window, and then there's some with a longer window. So only two sizes. So if you cut out a whole bunch of windows at once, they would, of these two sizes, you'd have plenty. Oh, Sherry said I'm an awesome instructor. Yeah, I figure any, mess level. I teach you about mess level. This is probably a 2 or a 3 until you do the cardboard version, which you have to paint. I think if you bring the paints out, it's a 4, mess level 4, and then if you you know, get the paints everywhere, then you move into mess level 5 and 6. But just with the cardstock and the glitter paper, this is like a 2. The glitter paper does shed a little glitter, but not much. And almost all of these have some trim around the roof and a snowy roof. And I'll show you how to put that on. See how nice this little point is, how it lets me glue so much better than I used to. And this is the trim to outline the front of the house. This house kind of has like this little front gable thing that sticks out. The snowy trim. Another nice thing about foil paper is if you get glue on it, you can wipe it off, especially if you have a wet paper towel. But, you know, again, because this is only a mess level 2, I didn't bring a wet paper towel with me. I didn't anticipate it. Okay, I forgot the yellow to the back piece, which is just a rectangle. And we're almost done. Then I'll show you kind of a trick to glue it together that makes it nice. All right, there's our little house. And we want it to be able to fold flat. So in order to do that, it works really well if you fold the flap in and then apply glue. And I'm going to use my slightly thicker glue here. Yeah, Ben will tell you the design number, but I think it's 129. And it's 14 houses plus the tree. So it's really, you know, a lot. I organized it. Each house has its own file, and it's also in a printable form. I know not everybody uses a machine, so there's a printable form. And if I was doing a printable, if I was having to cut this out on my own, what I would do is I would simplify it, not do as many windows. Okay, so see now, because we glued it flat, we know it will lay down flat. All right, I usually put it together before I put the roof pieces on. So I'm putting the bottom tab in place. See how nicely that goes? I cut a little slot so that the tab moves out just a little bit to make it a little easier for you. These flaps move inward to help hold things in place. And the top flap is always a little bit harder. It just catches just a little bit sometimes. There we go. Slide it in. And there. Now, if you like the snow, this is a snowy piece. And I always try not to interfere with the tab mechanism. So let's get it. And because I wanted these to be simple houses, they don't, the roof pieces don't overlap. There's no overhang. And that's, you know, it's a gift box. Also, yeah, don't glue down these two little divots, these little snowy overhangs. They stick out like this. So, okay, so I'm going to slide it down a little bit. So we have our tab mechanism. Um, y'all are so nice about being here and encouraging me. I really appreciate it. I had a dental appointment. I'm like, I have to go back. I have to get ready for my live. Y'all have to hurry so I can go to my live. Okay, guess what? So that took how many minutes? In terms of gluing it together, it took about 10 minutes. Now, of course, I've done it, numerous times, so, maybe it'll be 15 minutes for you, but it's really not that hard. It's just so easy. And then, let me see, I know I have them here. Where did my number go? That's one of the worst things I do is lose, my place. I had a number. I had a green number. Ah, no, I didn't. I had a red number. Okay, this number 21. So you can put it on the roof if you want. You could just put the number in a contrasting color on the door. You could put it on the back of the roof, the side, like you could do a contrasting color, do the glitter paper, and then as the circle, and then the numbers as red, and have it on the side, just how, or you could have it as a window even. But so that is, the numbers are included in the file as well. Okay, so that's one way I wanted to show you. So now I want to show you a little bit about the cardboard version. And I used a different material for the cardboard version to make the snow, and I actually don't like it. It's got kind of a little brownish tinge to it. So I don't like it as much. I'm not going to use that material anymore. But anyway, this is a cardboard version. You can hear how sturdy it is. It is a little harder to put together, but like I said, for making it with kids, I think they'd really like to paint it. So that one works, and it's made exactly the same way. And you could use glitter paper rather than, I use cardboard that I painted and then use this paste, this sparkle paste, but I'm not real enthused with it. But it's a much sturdier version, and it goes together well. And just like this one, I've got almost done. I used a blue background. I don't know. I kind of like that. Sort of looks like the Norwegian flag or something to me. Let's just glue this one together. And remember, we're doing it the same way, so we want it to lay flat, so we're going to glue it flat. First, we're going to glue this down a little better. Here's my side tab. And since it's cardboard and structural, I'm going to use this stronger glue, my tacky glue, my not fast grab, quick dry. And I am going to smear it a little so it'll dry a little faster. See, we just upped the mess level by 1, so it's mess level 3 right now because I already painted it. And sometimes when you fold them, they don't fold exactly right. So, you're lining up this bottom. That's the main thing. So I'm applying pressure. You use the foil cardstock, and you don't have to stick with these traditional colors. You could do them in silver. Wouldn't a silver village look pretty, or a gold village? Or a combination. You could just do metallics, And Michael's even has like a pastel metallic pack that would look pretty. Okay, let's see. I don't think that was enough time. So what do we do when it's not holding, but we want to keep going with what we're doing? Painter's tape. Painter's tape. So now I can show you how to put it all together. I like this to, no, I didn't do it right. Okay, Please hold. Yeah, it really wants to come undone. There. But isn't this a neat shape? I like this little box. And you could just put a piece of candy in there, or, like if it was for kids, like you could put a few little crayons in there. You could put some erasers, some little treats that you found at Dollar Tree. Or you could write a message, and this is what we're going to do for tomorrow, whatever your event. Whenever you open up the advent, you could have a message like, this is today we're going to bake cookies. You could have a cookie cutter in it, something like that. Okay, I've got the bottom one done. There we go. Now for this one, these two roof flaps fold in. A little extra paint there. They fold in. This flap folds. Fold this flap down. And let's see how it goes. Trying to make it so it has a little opening. Trying to bend it so my tab has room to slide in. There. Okay. So it's a little funkier for getting it together, but I really like it. And then I have a little snowy roof for the sides. Now you could leave them if you want, but you see how it's got this brown color to it? I'm not a fan. Again, these overlap a little bit, so they extend just a little bit past the flap. So just put the glue at the top, or you can actually apply it to the flap itself rather than the glitter over roof. Yes, that's why Kathy Bradley was saying she likes that it can be folded flat. See, storage is a real problem, especially if you make a lot of little houses. As you can kind of see from behind me, it ends up, you kind of have to plan for where you're going to put them. And so the fact that they all fold flat makes, you can make a beautiful display that stores in a small cardboard box. There. Okay, so now we've got two of them done. Isn't it cute? I really like this design. This is one of my favorites. So these are some. These are the metallic ones. There's another. This is the same design as a metallic foil. Okay, and like I said, I didn't show, or I showed you the tree, but I didn't cut one out to make, but it's very similar. It's 6 sides, so it'll fold flat. If it was a 5-sided tree, it won't fold flat. So 6 sides, and if you want to decorate the outside, that would be good. And then you just simply slide this in. Sometimes, like I said, sometimes you have to like bend it a little bit so it knows, so it finds the space. And I'll be honest, the tree is not as stable, but it makes a great addition to the village. And like I said, you can put a treat in it, and just this one I would just put some little small thing that sat there. In terms of other displays, I wanted to show you something I've done in the past. I love these deer figures from Tim Holtz, but a lot of times they're kind of tippy, so I just cut a piece of oval cardboard and probably glued 2 layers together, made a snowy base, and then embedded the deer in the base. And these are glittered versions, but they're much sturdier that way. And I thought of that because I was looking at our barn. I made kind of a Christmas barn, and I found these little cows at Hobby Lobby, and the cows will not stand up. They're like, they just tip over. So I'm going to cut a little oval and put the cow on an oval so I can place the cow places. So these are my cows. Got a little horse. And there's a chicken. The chicken is as big as the horse, so you know it's some kind of mutant chicken. But anyway, I just thought I'd show you that. So for whatever your display is, if you want if your little figures are tipping over, you can just cut a little oval for them to stand on, and then they're so much easier to move around. Cow tipping. I know, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, there was a lot of cow tipping going on. Oh, and the other thing is, you know, I told you the alcohol ink bled through a little bit, not too much, but a little bit. I was kind of disappointed in that. It's not terrible, but it did show through just a tiny bit. And then the other thing, the last thing I want to show you is somewhere. It's folded. Ah, here it is. This is actually a really fun design. I made this last year, and it's a gift box that's like in a gingerbread, and it literally, just like that, took us 5-10 minutes. It takes much longer to cut all this stuff out, but it's basically you apply the background piece, a door, a background piece, and then the roof. So it goes together, and it also folds flat. So you can make a whole classroom. You know, you could give it to a whole kids class, and these are really cute. These it's under Gingerbread. I put the link in the description. I don't know that I put the design number, but so it goes together like this. And when you're done, you just undo the tabs and it folds flat. So that's the gingerbread house gift box. And I also did a design. This is actually what I did first. I did this design first, and then I thought, well, I can turn it into a gift box. And so actually this one I drew, you know, because I like the white pen. I like to draw. So this one's just has a drawn design. But where's the another one? Yeah, so that's what I thought of first, and then I came with the gingerbread house. So I hope this gave you some ideas. I'm going to switch my camera back somehow. Rotate my light out of the way. There you go. Okay. Alrighty. Did anybody have any questions for me? I didn't want to, you know, take up a lot of time, but I wanted to show you a craft that you can do and get done easily by Christmas. And if you're interested, the Alpine Village wreath is on sale. I'm leaving it on sale for a little while. So if you want to make the Alpine Village wreath, and you can see a version on the, which hand is this? This is my left hand. This is my right hand. So on my right, that is actually a Valentine version, and I'm going to kind of reveal that for an event in January. Okay. Alrighty. I will see y'all next week. I'm probably going to make another simple house next week, and my Christmas event will be December 1st. I'll probably have a kickoff on November 30th, which is the Sunday after, I started to say Halloween, the Sunday after Thanksgiving. And so I will see you next week. Oh, Ben reminded me, Christmas contest, that starts November 20th. So you can start giving me your houses November 20th. We have power and internet now, so we ought to be able to keep up with the houses much better. I forgot Amy's last time. And so remember the Christmas contest, the 2024 Christmas house contest. And it goes until the 20th. Are we doing it a full month, the 20th? Yeah, it's from November 20th to December 20th. So see, I got glitter on my nose. So I do hope you will come up with some creations for that. It's so much fun. Everybody loves seeing what you make. Okay, alrighty. I'll see you next week, Monday, 2 p.m. Relatively simple house. Okay, y'all take care. Bye. You have a good day. I'm glad this makes Monday for you. Okay, bye, y'all.